Hello and welcome to the start of a series of video blogs I'm doing around the area of confidence and communication. My name is Aaron Morton, the founder of the Confidence Lounge. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the 4 tactics that Donald Trump can teach you about confidence and communication. Now, of course, Donald Trump is very popular at the moment. He's going for the president of the most powerful nation in the world, as unbelievable as that may seem. However, whenever he is being discredited, whenever he is being written off, and normally after he has said something outrageous, he comes back stronger, more popular than ever. Now, whatever you may think about Donald Trump, there are aspects about his level of confidence and communication that we can all learn from. I read a saying a few years ago that I found really good, and that was, you can learn from anyone as long as you're willing to hold your nose. And what I invite you to do is to hold your nose as we explore some of the structures around what Donald Trump, I believe, is doing that has allowed him to be so popular with the public. Now, the first one I like to talk about is his examples of past accomplishments. Now, you don't have to look too far to see that Donald Trump has been bankrupt a number of times. A number of his business ventures have not been as successful as you might think. And he started out in business when his dad gave him a large sum of money to get started. But that won't appear in a lot of his promotions and talks. He talks a lot about his accomplishments, how rich he is, how successful he is, how he will be the best president there has been. And I truly believe that goes some way in looking at how his brain works, because a large part of confidence and identity stems from how we have had past experiences and how that is encoded in our minds via our memory. The way that you encode your memory in your brain will give influence on your identity, how you view the world, and how you view yourself. And when we are aware of our past accomplishments, when we frame our past accomplishments in a way that enhances our confidence rather than brings it down, then this will come forward in our communication, in our confidence, and in our daily lives and the opportunities that we spot. Now, the second point is how he hits the emotional hot buttons. Okay, now there's a reason why mathematicians and coders are rarely seen as the most charismatic of people, and also why writers and artists are frequently seen as like the greatest lovers. And the reason is because they are very good at striking a visceral feeling amongst themselves and other people. Now, in America at the moment, the middle class are frustrated. They feel that they are being rinsed dry, and the bankers and corporations are the ones responsible, and yet still reaping the rewards. Donald Trump is aware of this, and he steamrolls his messages through with so much emotion that they stay in people's consciousness. Add to the fact that he also is very aware that the media require sound bites, short, succinct sound bites that people's short attention spans will remember. And that is why you'll be able to remember phrases like, we're going to make America great again, and we're going to build a wall and make Mexicans pay for it. That is why you'll be able to remember those. But try to remember some of the phrases that Jeb Bush has used or Ben Carson has used. You'll be hard pushed to, mainly because Donald Trump is so much better at this game. And so he does that because a lot of his communication is hitting the emotional hot buttons of what people are frustrated about at the moment. The third point is posture. Now, Donald Trump has been in the media game for a number of years. He knows how to create presence. Whenever you see him, he's not hunched over. He's standing tall, his shoulders are back, his head is held high, and he does not stray from that position. This is a real show of confidence. And he's not probably doing that because his PR company has said to do that. He's saying that because he genuinely believes in what he's saying. And you'll be able to see this yourself if you just hunch over for 30 seconds, sit in your chair, hunch your shoulders over, look down to the ground, and stay there for 30 seconds. But notice how you feel after that 30 seconds. And then after giving yourself a shake, stand tall, have your shoulders back, have your spine really stretched, have your head held out high, and stand there for 30 seconds. And after that 30 seconds, notice the difference that you feel. And this is because your physiology will influence your state, and your state will have a bearing on how confident you feel in the moment. The fourth point I like to make is that Donald Trump never apologizes, and he rarely seems infallible. And so Trump does go after people, and he goes after people who criticize him hard and fast. Now, I don't necessarily think that this is a great trait. However, what it does show is that, one, he's willing to stick up for himself, and two, he is very infallible. Although he retorts to people that criticize him, you never get a sense that it's really breaking his confidence. And that is because his confidence is very ingrained in his core, and not many people will get to him in many ways. Many people call us having a thick skin, and he has it. His is as thick as they come. And so this notion of unbreakable confidence and how he's posturing and how this confidence comes through, there are many things that you can learn from this without having to show the same level of disdain that he brings forward in a lot of the stuff he does. So to conclude in this, what you can learn from the Donald, as he's called, is to be aware of past accomplishments, no matter how small or relatable towards the context you're currently in. One of the things about confidence is the ability to generalize across the many contexts you find yourself in. That doesn't mean that if you're not competent in something, you have to fake it, but having this sense of core confidence can be generalized across the board, even though your accomplishments might be in something else. Having that awareness of past accomplishments, no matter how small, can aid you a lot in how you come across as a confident person. Also, immerse your communication with a level of emotion and succinct points. Even if the nature of your communication is in particular contexts like interviews and presentations, how you strike a chord with other people is being able to touch upon their emotional hot buttons and to make you memorable and have a presence that allows them to see how confident you are, but also to leave an impression on them. Also, use your body in a way that displays confidence, and this shows up from the head right down to your feet. The last point is that confidence is not honed in a room on your own. It is honed and optimized within situations where there is a chance where your self-confidence will be challenged. And that's the paradox of confidence in a way. In order to enhance your confidence, you want to be in situations that can potentially challenge your confidence. And my question to you is, what context would that look like for you? So that concludes this week's video blog. I hope to see you in the next week's one, where I talk about something else relating to confidence, both in self and life. And I'll see you then.